welcome back to the world of Thetis. Before starting the episode, I just wanted to give a big thank you to Sam. Sam is one of the viewers that he's been incredibly active. He was one of the first subs to ever sub to my channel. He was the first person to ever make a comment on the channel, and he was the first person in the Discord. That's three firsts. He's triple firsting. So, Sam, thank you so much for your support and for watching the videos. You're awesome. Now, one thing that Sam did tell me is he helped me out with just a few little, tips and tricks here. If I push tab, I can see all of the interactable objects in the room very quickly. I wish I had known about that. I've been running my cursor over everything just like this to see if I can touch stuff. I'm like, are there any books or is there any lore? And I'll hover my cursor over that. So that's going to make things a lot easier. So recently we had just talked with Arl Eamon, and we finally awoken him from this thing, and we got the urn of sacred ashes and we brought it to him and healed him, and that was so cool. I loved it. We're also now trying to make potentially Alistair the king by going to the Landsmeet in Denerim. I can go to Denerim at any time. I could do it right now, but I don't want to do it right now. We will do that later once I've gotten more support and more armies on our side. So for right now, what are we going to do? Well, for right now, there's a few things that I want to do that I had talked about. There's the Korcari Wilds. There was this in the Korcari Wilds, I found a cache mentioned in Rigby's will and testament, and I'm supposed to deliver it to Jetta in Redcliffe. I picked this up a very long time ago and forgot about it, so I need to do that. There's also Lost in the Castle. Tell Owen of Velena's fate. So the demon troubling the castle was defeated, but you were unable to locate Velena. She probably perished in the castle along with other servants while the demon still had control. Owen should be told of her fate. So we're first going to do that while we're here in Redcliffe. Then we're going to do the last will and testament. Once these two quests are done, because they are both completed here in Redcliffe, then I will continue on with the Blight main story quest, and we will do Nature of the Beast, and I'll gain the cooperation of the Dalish clans. That sounds really cool because my character is Dalish, so I'll be reuniting with my Dalish allies and saying, "Hey guys, you'll never believe on what adventures I've been on." So that'll be fun. But first, let's tell Owen of the unfortunate fate of Velena. So what I need to do is I need to go to the smithy, because the smithy is the one that was saying that he lost his wife. Velena, I believe, is her name. So that's very rough and troublesome. But let's see if we can talk to him. Oh boy. Hello, Owen. I've got bad news.
They told me you've been back to the castle, that everything's under control, but Velena still hasn't come back to me. Does that mean...
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm very sorry, but I haven't found any sign of her.
I see. Well, I guess that about does it then. If you'll excuse me, I need some privacy. Come back later if you wish.
Absolutely. Well, that quest was very easy. Just there you go. So Lost in the Castle, you were unable to find, and as expected, yeah, this is in my completed quests. So if we go back here, let's just go back to the next one. Let's go to the next one, Korcari Wilds. You found a cache mentioned. Yep, so let's make that active. So where do I need to go? Well, maybe if I open my map, it'll have an arrow. And of course, there's no arrow, so it does not tell us where to go. There does appear to be more area over here on the sides that I've never visited. So maybe that's where... Wait, Caitlyn's home. Is that where we're supposed to go? If we look at the journal, deliver it to Jetta in Redcliffe. Well, that's not... Okay, so map. Is any of these Jetta's home? It's Caitlyn's home. That's just a random house, I guess. Up there's the world map. Okay, so I'm gonna try going here and down here. Let's go in the direction maybe that more will be revealed, like more of the fog will be revealed. Lake Calenhad, no swimming? What is this? Can I swim? Oh, it's just a codex entry. Well, why not read it? What is Lake Calenhad all about? Okay. So the waters of Lake Calenhad are steeped in legends. The Avar people say that it was once the site of Belinus, the mountain which stood at the center of the world, from which Korth, the mountain father, surveyed the earth and sky. We've read about Korth before. Korth was the a god of the mountains or something, and he like created mountains by trying to guard his heart. Um, So the lake was once the site of a mountain, which is really strange, but it was destroyed in the battle between Korth and the serpent Nothramar, leaving only a vast crater behind. When the Lady of the Skies saw that Belinus was gone, she wept, and her tears filled the crater, making the lake. Wow. The Lady of the Skies. The Tevinter believed that the waters of Lake Calenhad were blessed by Rizakael, god of mysteries, and that those who drank from them were granted special insights. This was why they built the great tower on an island in the middle of the lake, hoping the powers of the lake would aid their magical research. But most of us know the legend of King Calenhad, which gives the place its name. It is said that Calenhad Theron spent a year and a day in the Tower of the Magi. Each day he drew a single cup full of water from the lake and carried it to the formari at the top of the tower. By magic, each cup of water was forged into a single ring of the mail armor the circle gave to Calenhad. In that armor, made from the lifeblood of the land itself, no blade could strike him, no arrow pierce him, so long as he stood on Ferelden's soil. Okay, so he had armor that was each cup of water was forged into a single ring of the mail? That is so strange. So he has this, the Calenhad armor is made from water from Lake Calenhad that somehow is made into a metal, and he's impenetrable while he is in Ferelden. That's amazing. Okay, well there you go. That's really cool. Mage's Collective Liaison?
Of course.
What's he all about?
You're the Grey Warden, aren't you? Exactly who I was hoping to meet. I represent a collective of mages interested in going about their lives without the constant scrutiny of the Chantry.
Isn't that against the Chantry's laws?
We harm no one, I assure you, and we enforce the Chantry's laws among ourselves. All we seek is a life outside of the Templar's shadow. Next to me, and in every major settlement, you will find an inconspicuous sack containing requests from mages all over the land who need the assistance of someone skillful and discreet.
Oh, well, actually I cannot help you right now. I've got enough going on rather than, running little errands for this. I just have way too much going on to be able to help you.
I understand. Should you come around, just search the sack and do what you must. Make us smile upon you.
Okay, the Mages Collective. Search the sack. Oh, there it is. I mean, I'm really curious. What happens if I... Oh, okay. So it's like a notice board. So it's like saying, hey, I've been collecting these scrolls of Banastor, by the way. Maybe at some point I will help them, but I mean, I've got so much going on right now. To be doing that is just way too much. I've got like Ferelden to save. And I'm supposed to be doing something entirely different anyway. I'm supposed to be finding this lady that I can't find. Ah, there's Jetta. Haha. She was in the Chantry.
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened, but I haven't heard from them since.
That was not a good idea. That was not a good idea. Are you Jetta?
I am. You've heard of me?
Well, just get right to the chase, huh? I have something here from your husband.
Oh? Oh, his lockbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh no. I'm sorry. Thank you so much for bringing this to me. It means a lot to... Maker's blessings upon you.
And you. And you, Jetta. And you. It's a tough world. I mean, it's a really tough world out here. We got people dying left and right every day because of the blight. So, I mean, this is the kind of stuff you run across, and it just, gives you a knot in your throat. Makes you feel like, man, I really need to help these people. These people's wives and their husbands are just dying left and right because of the blight. It's like, man, dude. Okay. Well, we completed the 2 quests that we wanted to complete, so let's get on to the real fun stuff. We're going to be doing the nature of the beast. We're going to gain the cooperation of the Dalish clans. The wandering Dalish elves, if brought together, are a force to be reckoned with, and while they remain suspicious of outsiders, they may still honor the old Grey Warden treaties. Go to the Dalish elves and seek their help to fight the blight. Uh-oh.
Undar and Atishan, my friend. You have come a long way. I give you the welcome of our clan. These are curious companions you have. Might I ask the purpose of your visit?
Ah, my purpose. Well, I have come on the behalf of the Grey Wardens, sister.
The Grey Wardens? You have joined their ranks? How unusual! Excuse my surprise. I will take you to the Keeper right away.
Absolutely. Well, she's nice. She didn't give me any trouble.
I see we have a guest. And one of our own, no less.
This one is from one of our sister clans to the north, Keeper, but claims to have come on behalf of the Grey Wardens.
The Grey Wardens? How unusual that one of our own should join their ranks. How did such a thing occur?
Well, it's kind of a long story, but, it's a long story. Perhaps another time?
Perhaps so. At the moment, I'm afraid I've little time to spare for long tales.
Exactly.
Masirinus Mithra, you may return to your post.
Manuvinen, Keeper.
Now, perhaps we might introduce ourselves. I am Zathrian, Keeper and Haran of this clan. You are?
My name is Theron. It's a pleasure to meet you.
If you came to bring news of the Blight in the south, it is not needed. I had already sensed its corruption. I would have taken the clan north by now, had we the ability to move. Sadly, as you can see, we do not.
Yes, it seems like you've had your own troubles. What are the odds?
Do not allow our troubles to burden you, though I suspect they may impact your mission. I imagine you are here regarding the treaty we signed centuries ago. Unfortunately, we may not be able to live up to the promise we made. This will require some explanation. Please, follow me.
You'll be keeping to your promise. Oh my god, what happened? So much
The
blood.
clan came to the Brecilian Forest 1 month ago, as is our custom when we enter this part of Ferelden. We are always wary of the dangers in the forest, but we did not expect the werewolves would be lying in wait for us. They ambushed us, and though we drove the beasts back, much damage was done. Many of our warriors lie dying as we speak. Even with all our magic and healing skill, we will eventually be forced to slay our brethren to prevent them from becoming beasts. The Blight's evil must be stopped, but we are in no position to uphold our obligations. I am truly sorry.
Werewolves. Okay, so they're attacked by werewolves, and if they get bitten, then they become a werewolf. So there are actual werewolves in the forest?
There was a time in Ferelden's history when werebeasts roamed the lands in great numbers. Spirits possessed animals and turned them into horrific monsters. The humans warred against and destroyed these creatures. No doubt their tales of those days grow ever more inaccurate.
Werewolves are beasts not unlike abominations, possessed wolves driven mad.
The werebeasts are not all gone from this land, and the ones that stalk the Brecilian forests are proof of this.
My goodness. Is there any reason why these beasts attacked you? Is it just territorial?
They are savage and unrelenting. They need no reason to attack anyone. What is curious, however, is the ambush. We expect werewolves to be no more cunning than a rabid wolf. The ambush suggests a level of intelligence we've never seen before.
That is very interesting. Is there no way to help your men at all?
The affliction is a curse that runs rampant in their blood, bringing great agony and then ultimately either death or a transformation into something monstrous. The only thing that could help them must come from the source of the curse itself, and that would be no trivial task to retrieve.
Well, I am pretty good at non-trivial tasks. I feel like that's a smart aleck remark. But you're going to ask me to get... So anyhow... Okay, I'll just go with it. I am good at non-trivial tasks, as being a Grey Warden has put me in a lot of sticky situations.
Within the Brecilian Forest dwells a great wolf. We call him Witherfang. It was within him that the curse originated, and through his blood that it has been spread. If he is killed and his heart brought to me, perhaps I could destroy the curse. But this task has proven too dangerous for us. I sent some hunters into the forest a week ago, but they have not returned. I cannot risk any more of my clan.
You sent a few hunters in the wood to take out a Witherfang? Like, that's... I hope they were well trained. I mean, maybe I shouldn't underestimate them. Did you say you could perhaps destroy the curse? How is there any guarantee this will work?
There is no guarantee that this will work, as I suspect.
Oh my God.
But it's the only hope we have left.
I guess if that's your only hope, we really need your help in the Blight, or fighting off the Darkspawn. Have you considered seeking outside help?
From whom? The Children of the Stone? The Shemlin? Do you truly think they have time to spare for us?
Alright, fine. I'll help you with this Witherfang for you. I'll find this Witherfang for you.
I must warn you that more than werewolves lurk in the Brecilian Forest. It has a history full of carnage and murder, you see. Where there is so much death, the veil separating the spirit realm from our own becomes thin, allowing spirits to possess things, living or dead. But if you can indeed help, then I wish you luck.
So all it takes is a lot of death for the fade to sort of seep into reality? That's very weird. I definitely have some questions for you.
Make them quick, if you please. I have much to do here. My apprentice Lanaya or Sayrel, the clan's storyteller, could provide you with answers just as easily.
How do I find Witherfang? Do you have any advice?
Watch for the white wolves. They are his eyes and ears in the forest.
The White Wolves. Okay, so they're a sign. Can you tell me more about this curse the hunters suffer from?
There is not much to say. It stemmed originally from Witherfang, but now any werewolf may infect someone with it.
So did all werewolves everywhere stem from Witherfang?
No. The ones from this forest, however, do.
I see. So if a werewolf bites me, then I will become infected. I think that's obvious. I'm not going to ask that. This is also obvious. You know you've been infected if you've been bitten. So how did this curse start?
That is a long tale I do not have time to tell. Ask Sayrel about it if you wish.
Okay. I want to ask about something else.
Go on, then.
actually, I should go.
I must return to caring for my people. Creator's speed on your way.
Okay, Sayrel. So we have a codex entry update. Let's take a look at that. Witherfang. Witherfang is, according to Keeper Zathrian, a wolf. But he is no ordinary wolf. He is a wolf possessed by a powerful spirit and the source of the werewolf curse that plagues the Brecilian Forest. While Witherfang is hundreds of years old and very powerful in his own right, the only way to end his curse is to cut out his heart and bring it to Zathrian. Awesome. Then that's exactly what we're going to be doing. We're going to be cutting out his heart. And we have now a new quest. It is the nature of the beast. And we have to figure out exactly what to do here. And we have a nice little campfire going. Everybody's nice and cozy by the fire. We have a few interesting people here that could be talked to, spoken to, and I'm sure that's how we'll start. But I guess since we're here by the fire, we'll just say hello to our fellow Cammen.
You are the Dalish Grey Warden, and Darren Atishan. It is good to meet you.
I'm sorry, I just thought he looked a little funny. Oh gosh. Andruil Atishan. That's interesting. Thank you, and who might you be?
I am Cammen, a hunter apprentice. Though I wish I could become a real hunter.
So why can't you?
I suppose there's no harm in telling you. You know our ways. I've been an apprentice for too long. To become a true hunter, I must bring back the pelt of a beast I killed myself. A boar or a wolf or something. I wanted to hunt in the forest, but we're forbidden to enter because of the attack. But the real problem is Gheyna.
Where are you going, dude? Oh. Girl problems, huh?
She's my heart's desire. I have asked for her hand, but she cruelly refuses it. She will not bond with an apprentice, she says, and calls me a child. I am no child. If I was a hunter, I could prove it, but I cannot hunt, and Gheyna will never bond with me. I feel so helpless. I shouldn't have brought it up. Just leave me to my misery.
Yeah, you really need to stop wallowing and, you know, grow some peanuts and do something about it. Like, come on, dude. Well, can I ask you some questions?
I don't think there's anything I can tell you. My clanmates in the camp would be better at that.
I must say, I
Okay.
thought the Dalish would be much harder to find. Do you think this clan let us?
So it says, help Cammen win... Oh my god, I need to help him? Cammen is in love with Gheyna, but she won't agree to a bonding until Cammen has completed his hunt. Cammen needs to hunt and kill a beast of the forest and bring back its pelt.
Let's
Well,
find
good
them.
luck, bro. That's something you gotta do. What do I what am I gonna do it for you? That's not teaching you anything interesting. It's not teaching you how to... Who's Liana?
Darren Atishan, Lethaline. My name is Lanaya, Zathrian's first.
Oh,
I hear your clan has moved on to the north, and that you're now one of the Grey Wardens. Allow me to congratulate you for stepping into a world that few of our people even dream of. I wish I could do the same.
Oh. Yeah, thank you. It's been an interesting adventure.
I must admit, I am a bit jealous. I have too many duties to my clan to do more than dream of such travels. Perhaps, since you have traveled in the outside world yourself, might I ask you a question or two?
Sure. Yeah, of course. For a fellow Danish, anything.
I hear the human cities are very large, thousands upon thousands of souls all packed together in their houses. Is that true?
Well, see, that probably is true, but the game limitations. Here I am explaining to her the limitations of a game, and they can't fit thousands of NPCs. But lore friendly, yes. Um, in some places, but they can't imagine how we live either.
I never thought of it like that. They truly couldn't imagine this kind of freedom? How odd. I try to imagine those of our people living in such a place, surrounded by walls of stone and indifference. It is a difficult thought.
It is. They've lived in these stone walls for their whole lives. It's all they know. You know, they're used to it, just as the humans are.
Being accustomed to pain and suffering does not make it any less tragic. It is said that one day we will have a land of our own. We Dalish gather the ancient wisdom in preparation for this. When that day comes, all elves, even those who have forgotten, will reclaim their former glory. I have one more question, though I'm not sure you can answer it. Do the humans ever regret what they did to us?
I don't think I can really speak for the humans. Well, you know, it's probably true. You know, maybe some of them do, but certainly not all. Not all humans are the same. They're all very individualistic.
And yet, even if some regret, they do nothing. A poet once wrote of them, before the fall of the Dales. Like dragons they fly, glory upon wings. Like dragons, they savage, fearsome, pretty things. But you don't need me to quote poetry to you. Forgive me. Perhaps you have some questions of your own.
Well, what can you tell me about Zathrian?
Nothing that you could not ask Zathrian himself. He is the keeper of this clan and has been for a very long time. He is also a very good man who has lost much. The Dalish are everything to him, and he would do anything to protect them.
Oh, so he would. But you said he lost much? I don't mean to be rude, but do you mind? I'm very curious.
I really shouldn't talk about that. That's something you should ask him about yourself.
Okay, fine. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
I'm hardly anyone special, I assure you. If I seem different from the rest of my clan, it's only because I was born amongst humans. I came to the Dalish at a very young age, but I've always retained my curiosity about the world I came from.
Oh, well, how did you come to the Dalish if you were so young?
My parents were servants to a human merchant whose caravans plied the southern routes. One day, bandits killed him, and my parents both. I was the only survivor, just a young girl, and the bandits took me. I was their servant for several years.
Oh, God. That sounds really dark. I'm very sorry. It must have been horrible.
It was, though long years of reflection have allowed me to come to terms with it, to put them in perspective. I can only imagine what would have happened had the clan not saved me from them. I owe them my life for that, and more.
So, the Dalish actually rescued you from these bandits?
The bandits killed a scout when the clan passed near their camp. When the clan discovered him, Zathrian came looking for his killers. He followed their tracks for almost a month, and when he finally caught up to us, he fell on the bandits like a terror. No one could stop him. I sat there, and I watched him attack them in a blur, and I reveled in every blow.
I'm sure.
When he saw me, the fury in his eyes turned to pity. He took me back to the clan, and I've been here ever since.
Wow. So, didn't you have family you could have returned to?
It's possible I might have had some, maybe many. Zathrian offered to take me back, but I had no idea where I was from, and I wanted to stay with the man who rescued me.
Of course.
The clan is my family. Any others out there? It's best they believe that little girl died with her parents. For now, the clan is all I need. My old world could not have offered me all this, and the knowledge of a keeper as well. Perhaps one day, when I am keeper, I might inquire out of curiosity. I'm not sure what lies down that road except pain, however.
And how did you become a keeper?
I am not a keeper. I am Zathrian's first. though because I was not born into the clan, becoming his first was very difficult. We Dalish have old traditions. The clans come from the ranks of the nobility that once ruled the Dales, you see. The keepers of those old clans have the strongest and purest blood that reaches back to the days of Arlathan. I had to compete against the other candidates for first, to be better than them in everything, simply because I was not of the old blood.
Wow, they must have resented your success.
No. Zathrian told me that time would take away their prejudices, and it did. They became used to me. The clan has placed great trust in me. One day, I will lead them and be the one who secures our future.
Wow, it's been very interesting talking to you. You've been very transparent. Thank you. I should go.
As you wish. Darth Shirel.
Darth Shirel. I have no clue what I just told her. Darth Shirel, but I'm assuming it means have a good day or something like that. So I need to speak to someone that can tell me how to get to Gheyna. Okay, let's look really quick. Who do I need it? Cammen needs to... No, that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. If the beast is slain, Zathrian may be to use... Okay, but how do I find the beast? Travel? Travel where? There's a merchant that way. There's a dog. Why is she named?
Welcome to our clan. It is good to see more of my own people from elsewhere.
Ah, you are Gheyna, correct? Cammen mentioned you.
You spoke to him? What did he say?
Oh boy. Well, he was honest with me. Oh, this last option. Well, he said that you refused to give him your hand.
Oh, I am embarrassed to talk about this to you, but I simply cannot accept his proposal. He's been a hunter apprentice for over 2 years now, and he's yet to slay a proper beast. Each time he's tried, something has gone wrong. Perhaps the creators do not wish us to bond. I cannot bond with an apprentice hunter, can I?
Of course you can. It's just about whether or not you like him. Like, it sounds like he's not an alpha, and that's why she's not... She's like, I don't want to be with no beta. Okay. I have no opinion on whether or not she's good, whether she's cruel, or not. If you love him, it doesn't matter what he is, does it? That's exactly what I want to say.
Yes, it does matter.
But
he is an apprentice, a child. I cannot bond with him yet. Please, tell him I am sorry.
Of course, I don't pass the persuade check, but that's... Well, there you go. He doesn't like her. She doesn't like him. Sorry, dude. Just find someone else. There's plenty of fish in the sea, as they say. Come on, Cammen.
Oh, what do you want now? I told you everything already.
Look, you're not an alpha. That's the problem. I spoke to Gheyna for you.
You did? What did she tell you?
She said that she couldn't marry you.
Nor would I have expected differently. But thank you for trying. Until I complete my hunt and become a true hunter, it shall never be.
Oh, well, at least you accept it. Well, why not try going into the forest anyway? Just, try to do it.
But the keeper said, no, I just can't. What if I encountered a werewolf? I couldn't defeat one of those on my own.
All right. Have it your way. That sounds good to me. Okay. I'm not going to go and try and do all of his work for him. He's a grown man, or he should be. So, let's go and see what's going on over here.
What are you doing? You've warped the wood completely. Did you leave it out in the rain?
No, Master Verathorn. I think I just used too much heat.
You're not smelting ore like a Durgenlin. This is living wood. It requires patience and delicate hands, not more heat.
My actions bring me sorrow, Master Verathorn.
And so they should. Truly the art will be lost to us forever at this rate. Throw away your dead wood and start anew, and I shall speak to our guest, and Darren Atetian friend. It has been some years since I met Master Island at the last gathering. He is still hale, I hope.
Master Island. He was fine when I last saw him, yes.
That is good to hear. Your clan is more familiar to us than most, since we do not stray far from each other in this land. I met your father, for he was once keeper of your clan. You carry many of his features. He spoke at a gathering, telling the clans that more of us need to voyage into the Shemlin world and learn their ways. He would be proud to see his son a Grey Warden, I think.
Thank you. That's very kind of you to say.
Our people speak so little of the dead, especially those who end in tragedy. I thought you should know, regardless.
Of course. You know, you seemed quite advanced in the old craft, Master.
What little of the craft I've learned has been passed on to me through generations. Such is the time it has taken us to learn a fraction of what has been lost. I do not make bows as fine as Master Island's, perhaps, but might have caused more than one Shemlin to drool at the thought of possessing them. There is wood that, if treated properly, is as hard as steel, but far lighter. It grows only in this forest. Ironbark. The Keeper has forbidden us from entering the forest to collect the wood. This means I cannot make our finest crafts for years to come.
I see. That is a shame. What if I found some iron bark for you? I will be heading into the forest.
I would be hesitant to ask it of you, but if you should come across ironbark, I suppose there would be no harm in gathering some. It is blue and very distinctive. You can only harvest the bark which has fallen off the tree from age. Now, if you find some, bring it to me, and I will craft it for you.
Well, that sounds great. Very well. I'll take a look when I'm in the forest.
That would please me, so long as our hunters come first.
Yes. I guess I can look at bark.
I am no merchant, but let us trade. Perhaps there's something here which will be of value to you.
Maybe. Let's see. Let's look at his weapons. So he has some dragon thorn. Let's see. I've got the Mage's Eye equipped, which is 9.6 damage. 7. 8.4. Oh, he actually doesn't really have any high damage items. But he does have other buffs on them, like rapid aim. I don't even know what that means. But, okay, never mind. I think I'll call it there. So we need to figure out a way to get into the forest. That's what we've got to do. We've got to get to the forest, and I'm not sure yet how to get there. But, the HALLA. I love the HALLA. I really love the HALLA. I definitely want to talk to this lady.
I hear only the Dalish can control the HALLA. They listen to no one else.
Who comes? Anethara. I was so busy attending the HALLA, I did not hear you coming.
So I take it you're the clan's master herder?
I am indeed. I am Alora, and it is my place to speak to the HALLA and care for their needs. In return, the HALLA guide us where we need to go.
I noticed you've separated this HALLA from the herd. Is there something wrong with it?
I fear she may have been bitten during the werewolf attack. I have tried speaking with her, but she is too agitated for me to understand. The curse would not affect her as it would us, but it would still be lethal, and it may prove contagious to the other HALLA as well. I can find no wound on her, but if she's truly ill, then I will have to put her out of her misery, for her sake as well as that of the others.
Jeez. Yeah, it must be a very hard decision. I'm very sorry about that.
I wish I could calm her enough to speak with her. We have lost so many of our hunters. I would hate to lose one of our HALLA as well.
Is there anything I can do to help?
I don't know. Do you have any skills that might help her? If you do, I would be grateful.
I don't know. do I? Try to calm the HALLA, examine survival? Pretend. Are you kidding me? Alright, let's try to calm the HALLA.
Yes,
Oh,
that's
thank
it. She's
God.
calming down. That's it, love. Be calm. Tell me what troubles you. Ah, I see. It is her life mate who is sick, not her. He was bitten on the leg during the attack, and she fears greatly for him. I did not realize another HALLA was injured. This will allow me to prevent the sickness from spreading to the entire herd. Masiranus, thank you. You have done my clan a great boon this day. I will always be grateful for your help.
Well, that's nice. It was just that easy. That's all I had to do. I love the HALLA. The reason I love them so much is because, one, they look amazing, and number two, they were one of the first animals that I met during my early days in the playthrough. So is this the... There we go. That's how we go. We've got to go to the Brecilian Forest right over there. Alright, so we have to go to the Brecilian Forest, so let's go that direction. But while we're here, let's, there is Athras that we mentioned. I mean, we went to every single check mark except for him. So we might as well look at Athras before heading into the forest. You know, sort of like in a sense, pick up all those quests. So he would be over there. Let's not look like an idiot in front of these ladies. Wait, this was highlightable. It's a statue. Andruil. Goddess of the Hunt. Oh, this is going to be awesome. Andruil, Goddess of the Hunt. Hear me, sons and daughters of the people. I am Sister of the Moon, Mother of Hares, Lady of the Hunt, Andruil. Remember my teachings. Remember the Vertandhal, the way of 3 trees that I have given you. Ver-Asan, the way of the arrow. Be swift and silent, strike true, do not waver, and let not your prey suffer. That is my way. Verborasan, the way of the bow. As the sapling bends, so must you. In yielding find resilience, in pliancy find strength. That is my way. Ver-Adhelen, the way of the wood. Receive the gifts of the hunt with mindfulness. Respect the sacrifice of my children. Know that your passing shall nourish them in turn. That is my way. Remember the way of the hunter, and I shall be with you. From the charge of Andruil, Goddess of the Hunt. So these are words to live by, essentially, for the Dalish elves. The way of the wood, the way of the bow, the way of the arrow. I remember reading about that in the very first episode. Well, it was either the first or second, but it was very early on. I read about the way of the of Andruil. All right, Athras, what do you gotta say?
Friend.
Athara.
It is good to see another of the wandering clans. Where is your clan now, if I might ask?
Oh, my clan. They went north just after I left.
I see. I am glad you have become part of such a respectful organization as the Grey Wardens, however. I understand you will search for the wolves in the Brecilian Forest. I would join you, but Zathrian has forbidden me.
Oh. You do not... Okay. Forbidden you for what reason?
We are banned from entering the forest now. I have more cause than most, but I will not disobey my keeper.
Why do you have more cause than most? That's what I want to ask. Why do you want to enter the forest at all?
I suppose there's no harm in telling a fellow elf, but surely you have greater concerns than any problem of mine, no?
Yes, actually.
Well, perhaps you could help me with it. I would certainly appreciate anything you could do. My wife Dalish and I both fought the werewolves in the ambush. She was injured so gravely, the curse spread rapidly in her. Zathrian fought hard to ease her pain, but there was little he could do. And though he says that Dalish is dead, he will not let me see her body. I am beginning to believe she became a werewolf, and that it is being kept from me so I do not go chasing after her. If I could just know if Dalish is alive, or what happened to her, then I could be at peace.
I see. I will seek her out in the forest. If I find her, I'll let you know.
I have an amulet made by our craftsman. It's not much, but I would be happy to give it to you in return for any news.
That's very nice of you. Okay, let's head out into the forest. It is time for us to see what we see. Again? Oh, this is a different one. This is Sylaise the Hearthkeeper. Sylaise. Sylaise the Hearthkeeper is seen as the sister of Andruil the Huntress. While Andruil loved to run with the creatures of the wild, Sylaise preferred to stay at her home tree, occupying herself with gentle arts and song. It is Sylaise who gave us fire and taught us how to use it. It is Sylaise who showed us how to heal with herbs and with magic, and how to ease the passage of infants into this world. And again, it is Sylaise who showed us how to spin the fibers of plants into thread and rope. Well, she's useful. We owe much to Sylaise, and that is why we sing to her when we kindle the fires and when we put them out. That is why we sprinkle our aravels with Sylaise's fragrant tree moss and ask that she protect them and all within. As told by Gisharel, keeper of the Witherfang clan. Interesting. So they are both sort of revered spirits, if you will, or gods, maybe. The keeper. That's interesting. All right, now we can head into the forest. All right, so that'll do it for this episode. This was a very chill episode. In this episode, all we did was sort of just walk around the camp and talk to the different people, get to understand their life and what they're going through. But in the next episode, we will be heading deep into the Brecilian Forest and going after deadly werewolves and trying to break the curse. All right, thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.